Welcome to the Soul Revival Podcast, where we have deep and meaningful conversations exploring modalities, tools, and healing, guiding you back to your most expansive soul self. Welcome back to the Soul Revival Podcast. I am so excited for today's guest, Dr. Brenda Arras. Not only is Dr. Brenda Arras an amazing practitioner and acupuncturist, but she is thankfully our acupuncturist. My dogs love her, and yes, animal acupuncturist.
Yes.
Dogs love her. She's been working with my dog Mateo for quite some time, and yes, we love having her over to the house. The humans and the dogs all appreciate when Dr. Arras comes to visit. So, if you don't mind, if you can take a minute and introduce yourself.
Yes. Okay. So, hello. I'm Dr. Arras. I graduated from Ohio State in 2020. So, like peak pandemic time. Um, the virtual graduation and all. um, then that's where I started looking into like acupuncture and physical therapy. I wanted something to help my patients that wasn't all like prescriptions and medications. So I started to look into acupuncture. And it helps quite a lot that I've seen. Like, it helps all sorts of things. Like, arthritis is one of the main ones that I see personally. Like, a lot of my patients are just like senior pets, mobility issues. I do see some cats that have arthritis that also have, there's something called hyperesthesia in cats, and acupuncture helps kind of calm down their nervous system for that. But you can do all sorts of things with it. Like, you can, for like diabetic patients, there's all sorts of applications for acupuncture. And then, of course, with like physical therapy, you'll be surprised like what all you can find in a pet because they don't talk to you. So, looking at their tissues, doing a massage, seeing the areas like trigger points. Even in pets, kind of like in humans, we hold emotions in our tissues. So it's nice to see like them relax and see what trigger points I find during my massage, and then I use those for like acupuncture points. But anyways, that's a little bit of background. Yeah.
And I would just say, before I ask you, the leading question that I always ask is, it's made a huge difference. I mean, I've worked with you primarily with Mateo, who is, arthritic, but in that senior phase. But I would also say that, I mean, and you've obviously done some work here and there on the other dogs in our house, but I would also say that it has a build effect. So not only does it have an immediate effect, but it also gradually builds to have even higher impact because
Yeah.
just like after probably a couple months of having you come and do sessions with Mateo, that I mean, it's been a game changer to like him with the speed of his walks and his excitement about walks. So it's clearly, made a huge difference.
Yeah. I love Mateo so much. And I
Everybody that
definitely
meets him
see it.
does.
I
I'm
know.
almost done with Tammy Phillips' new book, and it's all about like our emotional patterns. And she's an animal communicator for those who are listening and don't.
Oh,
Very famous animal communicator, but she's actually agreed to be a guest, spoiler alert, on the podcast. So she's coming
oh
up
my
soon.
God.
Yeah, yeah. So excited to have her on because she does these beautiful tandem healings where she's healing. I mean, it makes sense, right? That we have her initial books were about our soul contracts with our animals, which I had read a long time ago and were a huge sign for me when Valor transitioned and was coming back to me. He actually used one of her books to help send me a sign. But
That's so cool.
yeah, yeah. But her new book is all about our emotional patterns and kind of the emotional personalities that we hold from, our childhood, could be even past lives and things. But she talks about the perfect one. And in humans, it's like perfectionism. And obviously, like there's a high end of the scale and there's a low end of the scale, low end being like you're functional and you can be spiritual and still be a perfectionist, which I feel like I hopefully fall in that category because I always say I'm like a recovering perfectionist. But in the chapter, she describes the perfectionist as a human. She also then describes it as in the animal. And in the animal, it's all like, I mean, it's beautiful. Like there is no quote unquote like negative to it that they have to overcome. They just come in with like a cool, calm confidence that levels out the household or the barn, whatever environment they're in. And it was literally verbatim a description of Mateo. And it's so funny. I had my spouse who listen to it and was like, "Oh my gosh, that is so Mateo."
Oh my,
The perfect
I need
one.
to read it. That's so funny.
Yeah, yeah,
Like in the clinic, like we see it's so funny, like each puppy has their own personality.
yeah,
And it's so cute. You get like the rambunctious ones, but then you also get the puppies that are just like so chill and let you do
yeah,
anything to them.
yeah.
That's so funny. I need to read that.
Yeah, definitely. It's so good. So we always kick, I know like I've gone a bunch of different directions already with you because I know you. So this is obviously a little bit
Yeah,
different of an interview today, but we love to start every episode with one question, and that is what aligns you most to your soul self?
for sure. Like my answer is going to be being around animals. Like
Um,
that is what I feel like that is my soul contract. I don't know. Like ever since I was a kid, I was always like, I'm gonna be a veterinarian. And I had never even like met a veterinarian. And now I'm a veterinarian and I'm like, I think this is what I was meant to do. Like this is what aligns me with like myself and my soul. And like yeah, that's my
I
answer.
absolutely love that answer. And I mean, I actually always, for many years felt called like I was going to do something with animals, probably be a veterinarian. Obviously that didn't happen, but like you said, I've always had animals in my orbit ever since I was little.
Yeah,
Even wild animals would like come up to me, when they normally wouldn't come up to a human. But so yeah, I think there's just a beautiful, calm peace in their energy and a lovingness in their energy that is just amazing.
yeah, yeah, same. I like to be out like around all sorts of animals. Like I don't really treat horses, but I like my boyfriend has some horses, so we go out there and I don't know, just being around them just brings some sort of calm energy. But for me, I guess like whenever I was a kid, um it was mostly like stray cats that would come up to me.
That's
Which is
interesting.
funny. Yeah, because you know how cats are like super skittish, but and like kids are so loud and like running around and whatnot. But yeah, they would just come up to me and our house had a bunch of cats
I love
around the
it.
outside.
Do you mind to start out with, just for those who aren't familiar, walking through kind of how you would work with an animal and provide acupuncture to, an animal companion?
Yeah. So I go to people's homes to do acupuncture instead of doing it in a clinic. I just feel like I get to see the home environment a little bit better. Um, Especially like for environmental things, like if the pet is like scuffed, like knuckling or slip and sliding around, like I can see like, okay, you have hardwood floors. Like let's try to put some rugs down to help out your pet or put some little booties on him to help him navigate your house a little bit better. I get to see like their feeding station and be like, okay, maybe let's elevate those food bowls a little bit. Whereas like in the clinic, you kind of have to rely on the client or the pet parent to like tell you everything, but it's nice seeing it. Like going to their house and like seeing it. Even for kitty cats, like seeing where the litter box is if they're having litter box issues and haven't seen that setup. So like I feel like the first session, I barely touch the animal. It's mostly like looking at the pet, observing, seeing how they're walking, seeing how they're interacting with like the owner, seeing how the owner interacts with the pet, seeing how it interacts with like other pets in the household. Um, Getting comfortable with the pet and like giving them treats, getting them used to me. And then if the pet allows me, then I start like doing a massage on them. And that massage, I'm able to find like trigger points, is what we call it, or restricted range of motion on those joints. Like so for using Mateo as an example, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was like the perfect patient. Like he let me walk up right up to him. And then I started my massage right away. He was super chill, super calm. And then I put them lateral because I feel like you get better assessment of those joints whenever they're lateral. And then because they're not actively using those muscles, they're not actively using those joints, so I can see like their range of motion, and see if there's any restrictions like elbows, wrists, shoulders, knees, hips. And then at the same time, I'm releasing muscle tension in there. It's literally like you're a massage therapist for humans. It's you're doing the same thing. Um, and then from those tension points and those like restrictions and those joints, I start mapping out which acupuncture points I'm going to use. For those that aren't familiar what an acupuncture like needle even looks like, it's like a super thin needle. A lot of the times you don't even feel that it's going in your skin. Um, and then so I it maps out acupuncture points map out the nervous system.
Thank you for listening to the Soul Revival Podcast. I'm your host, Lindsay Stanton. I want to give you a special offer for all those who leave us a 5-star review. All you have to do is take a screenshot of that 5-star review, email it to info@thesoulrevival.com, and every month we're going to be giving away 30 days of the community membership. 30 days of community membership. That's 30 days of being around like-minded people who are on their spiritual expansion journey. All you have to do is give us a 5-star review, snap a screenshot, and email it to info@thesoulrevival.com. Thank you so much for listening.
So if I feel like his quadriceps or his hamstrings are like his quads or his hamstrings are like atrophied, then I'm like, okay, I have to think about which nerves innervate those muscles. And then I do the acupuncture needles down the back, like where the sciatic nerve or where the femoral nerve will come out of. And then what else? It also follows like vessels. Um, acupuncture maps out the nervous system, and then um, I also use laser. So laser helps out like ATP production in the cells, and also brings like increases circulation to the area, which is what acupuncture needles do as well. Yeah, I do like my little physical massage, and then look at tension points, range of motion in all the joints. I map out which acupuncture needles, which acupuncture points I'm going to use. And then there's different needle sizes as well, and you work your way up to them. There's also something called electroacupuncture, which is what I use on Mateo a lot. And it has frequencies. It transmits frequencies in between the needles. So there's a lower frequency and there's a higher frequency. I tend to use 4 hertz a lot of the times. 4 hertz helps keep like the lasting effects of the acupuncture. So like releasing internal opiates, because we all have natural opiates. It allows the opiates to stay in the body for a longer period of time. So I'm sure you've heard of like Easton because I use it on
Yeah.
Mateo. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I
Easton
was
is
an
also
athlete in college, so I used to actually have a little machine that does stem.
yeah, so like TENS units, it's like the same thing,
Yeah,
but instead of doing the patches, it's electricity going in between the needles.
right.
Um, and then there's pulse electromagnetic field therapy, like the mats. I always bring those with me as well.
The mat
Um,
is amazing. I can attest
yes,
to that. It is a huge
yes,
difference, I feel like.
yeah. It literally is just like a big magnet. And then we have ions and ion channels all throughout our body, so it just like facilitates those mechanisms. And then like the laser light, I use that as well. I use it on joints. You can use it for so many things. Like I treat some dogs with alopecia for it because it helps like bring the blood circulation kind of like to those follicles. Um, you can use it for like back pain, you can use it for bladder issues and kitty cats. There's all sorts of applications for it. But
Granuloma too.
that do what?
The granulomas. Don't.
Yeah, the granulomas. I use those for Mateo. Yeah, it helps with like skin issues. And there's all sorts of modalities that aren't like pills. They're not like medications, which is fine. I think they both have their place.
Right, right. But I think
Yeah.
what's important to note about what you do is you are stimulating what already exists in the body, which to me
Yeah.
is really powerful. You're cueing, what you're doing is cueing the body to help cure itself, basically.
Yeah. 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 Exactly. Um, but yeah, that's a little bit of acupuncture. I took the acupuncture certification course after I graduated from veterinary school. So to learn about acupuncture, you have to kind of go and seek it yourself. They don't really teach you that in veterinary school, which I don't know. I think they should. I think we should have some sort of like acupuncture lecture at least because it's so helpful and not a lot of people know about it.
Yeah, I mean, I know so
Yeah,
many people who have used it with their animal companions and had amazing, amazing results, not just seniors, but all different types of situations. I mean, there's so many situations that it's useful for, but certainly like with any mobility issues, which can happen at any age, depending on like what breed you have and what situation you're in. So I think it's
yeah.
amazing. Um, so, one thing that I was amazed by that you taught me is, tell me if this is wrong, but you have to be a veterinarian to be to do acupuncture with animals, correct?
Yeah, yeah, you
And
do.
I think most people
Um,
probably don't realize that.
yeah, you have to be a veterinarian. You have to have a DVM. I'm not sure if it's the same in humans. I feel like I heard that it is because the academy that I went to, it had like MD and a DO side, and then it had like a DVM side.
Oh,
So I don't know. I don't know if it's the same thing in humans. But yeah, you have to be a DVM. You have to be a DVM to do acupuncture. Um, and it's really cool stuff. You can use it for like behavior too. Like if an animal is like really wound up, you can actually do acupuncture needles for like their autonomic nervous system. So like your parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system, kind of like leveling those out so they're not like so wired up.
wow,
Uh,
that's very
yeah,
interesting.
yeah, yeah.
Um, I'm going to shift gears a little bit. Do you
Okay,
mind
okay.
telling us about what kind of brought you down I'm going to tie the two things together in a minute, but
Okay, okay.
sharing a little bit about what took you into spiritual exploration. I know you've been kind of doing a deep dive, and we talk about it every time you're, doing sessions with
Yes.
Mateo. But do you mind telling us a little bit about what like triggered it, what happened in your life that made you start to explore deeper?
Um, so I feel like it goes way back. Like ever since I was a kid, I could like hear things, and see things like spirits around. And I've just kind of ignored that. But feel like I feel like it runs on like my mom's side of the family, like all the women.
Same.
Um, like we just have a really strong sense of like intuition.
Yeah.
Um, and as I got into like the veterinary field, I'm like, I need to like I would say 99 to 100% of the time, whenever I follow my gut, I'm right. Um, so it's such a strong tool to use in veterinary medicine, and I want to strengthen that tool because your patients can't talk to you, and you have to rely on what like the pet parent is telling you,
Yeah.
and you're like, okay, like the pet parent knows best. They're with them 24/7. If they see a change in behavior, it is what it is. Like I need to listen to them. But the pet can't talk to me, so then I have to like rely on all five of my senses. Like, what do I hear? Is the animal breathing weird? What do I see? Are they walking weird? Are they walking with a hunch? What do they feel like? What does that belly feel like? Is it tight? So you have to rely on all of your senses, but also like your gut feeling, like your intuition. Um, so that's kind of like what started me on my journey to spirituality and things like that. It's just like asking spirit guides for help if I don't. It's like an example, like earlier this week, it's like you have clients that can be financially restrained. Like they want to help their animal, but like financially they can't. So I'm like, okay, I'm very limited on the amount of diagnostics that I can do for this pet. So I'm like, spirit guides, help me. I hope I'm right. Like, I hope that you're guiding my hands, that you're guiding my mind. Um, and yeah, like that's what I'm trying to deep dive into, like spirituality and things like that, so I can be a better doctor, basically.
Ugh, that's such a wonderful answer and totally leads me into my next question because I've actually witnessed this with you and I feel like you've been really stretching your spiritual muscle. But my question for you is, how do you see it entering into your client sessions? Like, are there examples of times that you knew you were telepathically or intuitively connecting with the animal and it impacted the results of your session or the way that you treated an animal?
Yeah. Oh, it's so weird. I just like feel sometimes I feel like they're telling me. Like I put my hands on the pet and I just somehow immediately know like this isn't broken. Like this the limb isn't broken. Um and it's kind of like trying to breathe, calm myself, touch the pet. And it's kind of like you're transferring energy to the pet almost. Like if the animal is like really worked up, you put your hands on the pet and then just kind of, whether you're saying it out loud or to yourself, you just said like, I'm not going to hurt you. Um, and then you just kind of feel around. You can also feel like heat almost coming out of certain parts that are hurting the animal. Um, and so I feel like it did that earlier this week. It helped me like palpate joints that are painful on the pet and immediately know like, okay, your leg is not broken because I feel like it's almost a feeling. It's like I know it's not broken. And if the client is like financially restrained, I'm like, I don't think x-rays are necessary at this point. Let's try like anti-inflammatories. And then I would say like 90% of the time they're better. But it's weird. It's a weird feeling. It's like they can't talk to you, but like it feels to me like they are.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it sounds to me like you're tapping into your knowingness and I mean
Yeah.
that's one of the ways I get information intuitively as well, like just from like medium and psychic perspective. It's just like a deep knowingness and like oftentimes it's
Yeah.
you- I feel things too in my physical body and then like I'll get a vision of it. I can see it from almost from their perspective.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I wish I do that.
Yeah. But I mean, you're stretching your muscle, and I feel like, it's a matter of time. Like you're gonna get there. And I feel like I love the fact that you're exploring it and going deeper down this path because I feel like you're already having such a huge impact on so many people and their animal companions, and it's just going to continue to expand and expand the deeper you go into your spiritual journey because you're able to tap into their soul essence and help them in such a larger way, which I think is really magical.
Oh, thank you.
I witnessed this probably I don't know, maybe 2 months ago. We had a ice storm here and you came right after we had the ice storm and Mateo had slipped. I mean, it was horrible ice, like, and I literally did everything to try to keep him from not falling on the ice, but it was like
Yeah, it was so
going
bad.
outside was really bad. And I almost went down. I was wearing cleats. I had to like literally guide him to go to the bathroom. I mean, all the dogs were struggling. It didn't matter the age, that everybody was struggling with it. But he fell a couple times and I remember you came over afterwards and did his session, which would made a huge difference. But you said to him, what are you trying to tell me, buddy? And You
Oh yeah.
you tuned into him, and then you immediately knew the areas that he had hurt himself from falling, and you honed in on those areas, and it made a huge, huge difference. So I witnessed firsthand your integration with spirituality and your practice.
I remember that. Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's doing like having acupuncture patients is like so like such an intimate relationship that you have with that pet. Um and like for like Mateo, yeah, I remember that day because it's like I see him so frequently and that day I was like something's off.
Yeah.
Something is off.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, that's yeah, I remember we just stopped because I was trying to do some physical therapy for him and I was like, no, something's wrong. Let's stop. And then I like you run your hands through them and it's true, like they do emit certain heat from areas that are painful.
Mhm.
So then we did like I did a massage on him instead of doing exercises. I was like, yeah, let's ditch the exercises. Let's just do a massage and like work out like whatever areas you hurt yourself slipping and sliding on that ice. Um, but yeah, like your intuition and just like observation. You don't even have to put like your hands on the animal. Just like watch it. Um, just you can get so much information from just like looking at the animal. Um, but something else that I'm trying to, sorry, I just like my mind opened up like 10 tabs. Um,
I love it.
there's like, for some reason, I have this like innate ability, um, to calm down animals. Um, like whenever we have aggressive, particularly like little dogs, I don't know. I don't know, like, but the technicians, they know that because they've seen it. And they're like, how did you just touch that dog? And I'm like, I don't know. I just like, I just calmed myself down. And by calming myself down, like, I calmed down the pet. So, they just call me if they're like, hey, Dr. Ayers, this dog is like really aggressive. And I was like, okay, I can take that pet. So then I hold them like really close to my body. And then I feel like that way they can feel me breathing.
Hmm.
And then I'm able to do like my physical exams on them while I'm holding them.
That makes sense.
Instead
It
of
starts a grounding energy for them.
yeah, that's probably it's it's so weird. But it's funny to me that like it's like noticeable now to technicians that like they call me whenever there's like an aggressive pet and I'm like, okay, I got it. I can do that. Um but yeah, like just holding them close to your body, not putting them on the floor, not putting them on the table, just holding them. And then you can do your physical exam that way. Um but yeah, I don't know if it's just like transferring like calming energy to them. I don't know. But
Makes sense. I mean, we're always in an energetic exchange, which is actually part of like our soul contracts with the animals that we encounter, whether it's the animals that live in our house or, the ones that just like, the people in our lives, the ones that we touch when we're going about our day. You just have
yeah,
a lot broader scope to be able to touch, and impact different animals.
yeah, yeah. But that's another reason why I wanted to deep dive into like meditation and things like that, is so I'm able to calm myself during like emergency situations or situations with like aggressive pets. Um, that way I can be like a source of calm, I guess.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Are there
And
any,
breathing
are
techniques.
there, yeah. Are there any other elements from the 10 tabs that open that you want to cover?
Uh, yeah, just like breathing techniques. They've been helping me like calm myself down. Um, it is. I had a dog the other day. It was, I think it was some sort of like Australian cattle dog. Came in super stressed out. Was muzzled like by the owner. And then they were like, if we can't do like anything today, that's totally fine. Like, he's only been to the clinic one time and they weren't really able to do anything. We just wanted to be here, like more like as a happy visit is what we call them, just so he can kind of get used to us. But then I walked in there and then I was like, okay, let's keep the door open. That way the animal doesn't feel like enclosed.
Yeah.
Um, and then I just like was hanging out with him. And in my mind, I was like, I'm not here. I'm part of the environment. I'm not here. And the dog came up like really close to me. And then she was like, he's never done that to anybody before, like getting really close to them. He was just like sniffing me. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm just part of this wall. I'm the wall. I'm not, I'm part of the floor. I'm not here. And like the pet was like all around me, like sniffing me. And I was like, okay, I think he's gonna let me touch him. So I like reached out and I touched him and he just stayed there. And we were able to like do a whole physical exam on him. And then for whenever it came time to vaccines, I was like, I think it would be a good idea to take him outside and do vaccines outside. And if like anybody out there has like a really like worked up dog, a dog that doesn't like being in the clinic and stuff, ask them to do like your exam outside. Because it helps a lot. Like the animal doesn't feel enclosed.
Yeah.
You're outside, the wind is like blowing, like they can hear the birds chirping. And you can just pop them with the vaccines and I would say 90% of the time they don't even notice.
Yeah.
So I did that for him and it was fine. And then we even took the muzzle off. It's crazy. We took the muzzle off. He's never like they were they were like, I wonder if he would be okay with the muzzle off. I was like, take it off, see how he does. And he was fine. And then he even sat on my lap. Um, yeah, so it's like all about that's what's helping me, like the spiritual journey is like calming yourself down. Just it was almost like an out of body experience because you're like, I'm like, you're trying to calm yourself down, close your eyes, and then the pet like sat on my lap.
That's
Yeah,
amazing. Yeah,
yeah,
that calm, grounded presence.
yeah. It's so, yeah. And then also just like, it's also helped me like, read the room. I can go in a room and I can feel tension without even like talking to anybody. Uh, so I'm like, okay, I need to like work my way out of like whatever like anxious energy that they have. I need to reassure the client that everything's going to be okay. I'm not going to hurt their pet. Like, I'm just here to help. Um, and also sensing like almost like chaotic energy like in the room.
Mm.
Um, and sometimes like that makes the animals like be agitated or be aggressive. So the other day, I think it was yesterday, I went in the room and like I could tell that the people were really stressed out. There was also a toddler there and the toddler kept like screaming. But then the dog, it was almost like I could see like the energy bouncing between like the toddler and the dog and they were just like feeding off of each other. Like the toddler was screaming and then the dog would just get like so angry. So like it was trying to bite everybody. And I was like, can I take him? Can I take him like just out of the room? Like, and as soon as I like stepped through that threshold, the dog like calmed down. So it's like being able to read,
Yes.
like,
Read
and
energy. You're
sense
reading energy.
those energies. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like it's been really helping my patients.
I'm sure it has. Your human and your animal patients. Because I'm sure, I mean, I know like you, just like the veterinary clinic that I go to, the main vet that we see, like he partners with us. It's not just treating the animals, it's in partnership and conversation with us, the human owners, which is so important as well. So uh,
Yeah,
I'm sure you're helping
it's
both.
it's so important. It's just bringing like a sense of ease to the client because it's like you have to have a good relationship with them for them to trust you with their pet, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, Any final words, any recommendations that you want to give to anybody listening that might have animal companions?
Mm, try acupuncture. It can work
Game
for
changer.
so many things. Um, Literally like diabetes, like endocrine diseases, um, arthritis, hyperesthesia in cats, inhabitants, vomiting. Like it can help with so many things. And also try like physical therapy for your senior pets as well, just to help with those mobilities and keep the like range of motion on that joints. Um, and then yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, thank you so much. Is there a website or social media that you want to have people check you out on?
Yes. Okay, so my website is littlezenpaws.com. My Instagram page, the handle is Little Zen Paws as well. Honestly, I need to be better about marketing and like being more active on social. Um, but yeah, you can reach me out there. See if you have any questions about acupuncture, physical therapy, any like if you need tips with like behavior stuff too, I can try and help out with that. How to make like your vet visits a little bit better. Um, yeah.
That's such a great offer. I feel like so many people could use that. And I have to say, like, your website name and your Instagram handle was instantly validating to me that you're my girl. So I'm like, this is in alignment. Little Zen pause, that is in alignment.
Well, I'm so happy we found each other.
Me too. Me too. Thank you, Dr. Brenda Arras. It was amazing having you on. And I know that everybody listening got some amazing nuggets from our conversation today. So thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
If this episode resonated with you, that's not a coincidence. That is spirit leading you to where you are meant to be. Choose soul expansion, choose community, choose growth. Join us at our sacred community where healing is better because we do it together. Go to www.thesoulrevival.com.